Hello, I'm Richard Lum of Vision Foresight Strategy, and today we're going to answer the question, what is foresight? The year 2020 upended all our lives with a global disruption in the form of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ever since those initial pandemic lockdowns, more people than ever before have been talking about foresight and urging everyone else to start developing it for their organizations. But what is it exactly? What is it actually good for? And how do you go about generating useful foresight for your organization? Put simply, foresight is insight into how and why the future may be different from today. It isn't crystal ball gazing, it isn't making grand pronouncements about tomorrow, and it isn't making hyper-specific predictions about future events. Foresight is insight. For example, anticipating that major environmental crises will disproportionately impact communities of color, or that society will increasingly wrestle with the issue of the ethical treatment of machines. If we think about the future as an emerging landscape, then we're using foresight to scout that landscape. We're trying to map that emerging landscape even as it's continually changing. And we are trying to map enough of that landscape to be confident to take the actions we need to take today. So, what do organizations actually use foresight for? They use it to identify more of the disruptions that are possible in the future, considering everything from emerging society-wide risks like pandemics to abrupt industry-specific disruptions. Organizations use it to determine what technologies and capabilities they need to start investing in today, considering things like where they might want to lead in their space and where they just need to keep pace with general changes in the environment. And they use it to ideate and innovate, examining the intersection of social, economic, and technological factors to figure out what entirely new products and operating models might be viable or even game changers in the future. And across all these, organizations use foresight to build the signposts that give us an early warning that the world is changing in one of these particular directions. Now, how do organizations develop foresight? Well, that's the fun part. There are, in fact, a wide variety of approaches, methods, and techniques when it comes to developing foresight. This encompasses both qualitative and quantitative approaches, includes everything from horizon scanning to scenario forecasting to road mapping. One of the important things to understand is that we're all asking questions about the future, and we're often asking different questions. Different questions require different approaches and tools to develop the insights we need. For example, right now, are you wrestling with what the next 2 years look like for your community, and you're very confident that the most important factors are the shape of the local economy and your political leadership? Well, there's a scenario method that's just right for that question. Perhaps your organization can feel that there's a dramatic transition underway from the way things used to be organized to some new, but not yet clear, arrangement of the environment. There are methods built specifically to help understand and map such moments of transition. Maybe you and your colleagues have found yourselves facing a landscape that presents multiplying uncertainties. There are tools designed to make sense of such turbulent environments and to relate those uncertainties and possibilities to choices and strategy. We are all of us thinking about the future every day. The approaches and methods used in foresight work enable us to be much more systematic in our examination of the emerging landscape. We are more thorough in our analysis, and many of these tools are specifically designed to stress test and question assumptions we have about what will be the important drivers of the future. And we're not trying to capture everything. That's not possible. Rather, we are trying to map enough of the emerging landscape to be confident to take the actions we need to take today. Thank you.